Okay, folks, look, back at it again. Listen, it's all about that, holiday time, right? We got Christmas coming up. You guys can see some of the links. I've done green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole. Oh, and then I made some nice cheesy scallop potatoes to put them out, right? Now we're getting ready to talk about these proteins. This right here, we're getting ready to use this chuck roast. And I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to make, right? If you look at these ingredients right here, look, it's not a whole lot. We got some chili powder, beef broth, we got yellow onions. I always use a red onion anytime I can. I just love the flavor from this. I got some potatoes. These are a little bit on the small side. That's why you see so many. Here we got thyme and rosemary, carrots, celery, the star, the protein, the chuck roast. This is 3.66 pounds. You can do anything from 3.5 to 5 pounds as far as this recipe go, right? Okay, and look, I'm gonna be putting my AP, which is a little bit of a different flavor than everybody else's AP. I know everybody does the garlic and all of that, right? This right here has just a little bit of a sweet flavor, and this on your roast will really, really level it up, right? And then for my level up series, I'm gonna be using the B. Now I'm gonna be using the B coming up, especially in the spring and in the summer. I use this on all of my heavier meats like beef, chuck roast. This is all like brisket. Anything that them big heavy meats right here, this right here does it. Down in the description box, I'm gonna give you guys alternatives, all of the seasons that you can use for those of you guys that do not have my AP and my B. You guys know how to do this already. I just cut the tops off, especially when I see this right here. I cut it, I look down here, I get rid of some of this white. Look, I cut them like this. We don't need all of them small ones. And that's up to you guys how much celery you wanna have in there. But I like to have it cut inch and a half, size, and that's enough. Now I had this onion inside of the, inside of my refrigerator in a Ziploc bag, So now we just use this. Now I'll just put that in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this down, because I told you I love to have my red onion. And it's a little better to cut it with the outer layer on there. It makes it a little bit easier to peel. The objective is here to keep these all about the same size, right? Reason being, I want them to all be ready at the same time. I don't want some too soft, the others too hard, right? We want to get this nice and, warm, Then I'm gonna crank it up a little bit, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our chuck and we're finna sear this. We're gonna put some of that flavor on this, from the sear, to get that nice color and all of that, right? What I wanna do is I wanna take a little bit of my olive oil, which I need to add some more to it. Just a little bit, just enough so I can get everything coated. Really didn't have nothing but about a half a teaspoon. Get in here with my hand and just move it around, get it all coated, break up these onions. Reason being, because when we put that seasoning on here, we want everything to just to adhere and stick. Right? So look at that right there. And then we'll go ahead and go with, the V seasoning. Right? Just a little bit of this first, just on top of here, just to get it going. You can see it, look at that right there. This is all gonna transfer later, but now you see. And if I want to, for those of you guys got a big enough bowl, we just go ahead and give it a couple little toss. Just put a little bit down here just so we can get something going until this chuck start producing its own, right? It's nice and hot. And now, check this out. You heard it. Look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it right here until it gets a nice little sear and brown on the bottom. I'm not gonna pick it up. And I can tell you this, when it's seasoned just right, the aromatic that is kicking back up to me right now, it ain't fair, folks. Okay, so this is what I want you to see. If you saw how mine is, this particular cut of meat, how it opens up and I'm not able to put no sear on that, it's okay. We gotta learn how to improvise, right? So what I'm doing is now you just take a sharp knife, right? Cut that off. because this is going in there too, and I want to brown that, and I want to do a better job on browning, you know, this fat. You know what I mean? Because all of this is the flavor. This is what's gonna make the sauce just like super good. So I'm gonna let this cook for a minute. Okay, so once you finish doing that, I'm just gonna take it out right here so you guys can see it. I know it's looking like a big steak. I know somebody want to probably take this and cook this down, but you know what? This right here is that chuck. It's gonna need a little bit of time, right? Now, what you guys seeing here on the side is, while this was in there, I went ahead and cut down my yellow onions. I like quartered them. You know why? Because we're gonna use that as the base, right? So I'm gonna push this out the way. You remember this? We got to bring this to the party. Check it out. I know you guys smell what I'm cooking. And don't forget, all this is gonna render down, get nice and soft. We're gonna produce a lot, but we're gonna start off with a little base, and we're gonna go from there. This is the way I do mine, folks. You guys let me know how you do yours. And then for me, I like to have that red onion in there too. You want to get yourself a saucepan, right? Which I have right here, or some people just call them like a regular pot. I'll start somewhere right around there, like medium. Look, this is beef broth. This got a lot of the flavor. You know, we working with beef, right? But we're gonna level this up just a little bit more, right? So let me go ahead and get this in here because we want to bring this up to a boil and get it nice and hot. That's a nice little simmer right there. I like that, right? Now, that's beef broth. Check this out right here. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Look, I'm gonna put a little bit of that better than bouillon. Look, and this right here, that's that roasted beef. This right here is what's gonna level this up, you know what I mean, beyond what your expectations would be. Like I said, it's Christmas time, and then I just give it like about that much, like a tablespoon. Since it's hot already, it'll just dissolve, you know, nice and easy. I put so many veggies in here, you know what I mean, that I had to like make a little indentation right here so that I can see, you know, my pot roast, right? This is my roast. So if you got a big one, it'll kind of like sit up. I never ever cover the whole thing completely. So turn this off, and then I'm gonna add some in here like this. I just pour it in here like this, and then I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to go ahead and put it, like I said, I don't want to submerge it. I just want to get enough in here to just cover it. It's gonna steam these vegetables, and they're gonna work their way down. You know what I mean? Because five, look, you see that right there? It kind of like comes up over the top. What I do is I lift it up a little bit, right? And I start letting some of the veggies just work its way down. You see how I look right here? I just don't want it to be completely submerged as of right now. And we gotta have room, because listen, some of that fat gonna render down, and that's gonna make it just, ooh wee. You can hear it in my voice. Our top, we already preheated to 250 degrees. We going in. Before I put it in the oven, when I look back at my cutting board, look, I got my rosemary and thyme. So what I'm gonna do is, I just make a little room here because we want it to be in the liquid. I like for it to start off that way as it heats up. If you guys take a look, I'll just lay it right here, and this right here do it. It's gonna rise a little bit, even submerge it even more. Then you know, that's where we get that flavor from, folks. Now, remember, 250 degrees. Look at my shelf, my racks, how I got them placed. And we going in for 5 hours. Okay, so look, I want you guys to take a look. It's been in there for 5.5 hours, right? When I checked it at 4.5 hours, I was checking to see how maybe it might try to shred or something like that. So what I did was I raised it up 25 degrees from 250 to 275. I suggest at 3.5 pounds, this was just a little bit over 3.5 pounds, just go ahead and start off with, you know, the 275 degrees. Look at the veggies. You guys know. And then I'm gonna reach down here and bring this up right now so you guys can see. You can see as I pick it up, it's starting to shred on its own, right? So you see I got a cast iron. You guys can do it however you want to. You can put a 13x9, any type of dinner, casserole-ish type of dish, but I'm gonna actually put this down on top of a trivet, and then this is what we'll serve, you know, for the Christmas dinner, and everybody can pull from that. I'm gonna go ahead and take this and get these pieces out. It's just soft, folks. I don't want it to shred right now. So I'm gonna just stick it right here and start putting these pieces in the middle. But if this don't say how tender it is to you guys, I want you to tell me what you think down in the comment section below. Look at that. I don't need to do much. Look, the chuck is broke down. I don't want to put my hands on it as of yet. Look, I got most of it out already. You know what I mean? I don't want to just keep hitting it with the spider, right? So what I did was I got myself a pot, got my colander, Put this in there like that, and then I'm just gonna take this because I want to get all of the liquid and I want it to be pure, right? So we just want to go ahead and strain it. Now you see that now that we pure, what I do is I put this in this pan. This is where it purified all the liquid at, right? So now we bringing this up. You see that simmer right there? That's what I want. I want it nice and hot. Now, I got myself 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm finna hit it with that equally amount of cold water. We finna put that in there and we finna thicken that up, right? And then if you look over here, we're gonna go ahead and pour all of that nice, thick liquid on top of that, and then we finna go ahead and put it in a bowl. Super easy, folks. Got my cold water in there. Look, now I'm finna just pour this in here just like that. And now we just gonna go ahead and just, move this around like this and let it go ahead to start to thicken up. You see that right there? It's right in front of your eyes, folks. And that right there is that money. Now, I don't want to make it so thick, right? So you see it like that, and the more I cook it down, the thicker it gets. So now I'm gonna turn off my heat. Just keep bringing it around like that. And this right here, folks, and I'm patting myself on the back because this is pot roast 101. I'm gonna go ahead and do like this just so you guys can see, to give you one of them mouth watering, like money shots. Look at that right there. Okay, so look, I had already started and then forgot I need to do this on camera for everybody, right? So just to show you how soft it is, you know what I mean? I just want to show you, look, it just shreds just like that. So let me just go ahead and pull this up like this so you guys can see. Look, I can barely get it out before it just starts, to like shred on its own. But this right here is what you want to have. You can see the color from when it was browned. You know what I mean? Look at that. Just take it, look, effortlessly, it just shreds just like that. So I want you guys to let me know what you think about this down in the comment section below. But I'm just gonna show you right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and get me, a couple of pieces, you know what I mean? Because I got to show this to a few folks, you know what I mean? Gotta get myself a potato, some celery, onion, all of that, right? Hey, you know what? I'm definitely not finna over talk it. I'm finna just go ahead and get it. Ain't nothing like ooh, my goodness. Cheers, y'all. Ooh. This right here is fire. Now you gotta do it like you wanna do it on your end, right? You could have put your whole, chuck right there in the middle, right? You could have put it out and let everybody shred it on their own. This right here, I like to do it that way. Like I say, set aside a little bit of this gravy to, sprinkle on there on the individual plates, You gotta do it how you wanna do it. Make sure nobody around there just taking a whole spoonful, getting all of the sweetness of the carrots and the onions and all of that. That right there, that flavor profile along with the beef, and all of that, this right here is like, I don't know why people don't make it more often. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have it quite a bit. Now, let me know down in the comment section below, what would you do to like level this up? This is more of a traditional, style pot roast. And don't forget, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Now, with that being said, let me take this time to say, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And guess what, folks? Merry Christmas, and I'm out. Peace.
Thanks for watching. More info is in the description. Please subscribe, like, comment and share.